Welcome back to the PSN Commanders Network. It's your boy Tonka A Tech. I'm back with another video. AG Cheesy, y'all know how we rocking. Let's get right into it. We got some big dogs in here. Y'all can introduce yourself. Them two at the bottom, when you introduce them. Y'all should know who these two are at the bottom. Like y'all don't watch Commanders YouTube. Y'all for rock. I don't know where you been at. But. Tim, Corey, how y'all doing, man? What's going on with y'all?
Doing good.
I am blessed to be here with greatness. With the
don't do that, man. Don't do that, Corey. Don't
Louis, we're just talking about your glasses. That's the only greatness here.
I can feel the radiance off this
show tonight, boy.
Greatness, and then brother ambassador himself. I haven't seen Real in a long time, but it's good to be on here with you. I'm just blessed to be in the present, and then Tim as well. I'm just humbled to be here with everybody, so it's good.
Likewise, I feel the same.
Y'all know I'm ignorant,
this
so
is a really good
time.
What a time to be alive! What a time to be a Commanders fan.
Be a Commanders fan. But yeah,
we're
man,
good, guys. We're actually a good football team.
Yes.
How about it?
Cheering so hard, we're losing our voice.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that a great feeling? Huh?
Our games are boring.
I couldn't even sing the song afterwards.
What's that meme when he goes, who would have thought? Not me, right? Not me. Who would have thought, right?
Look at us.
Look at us.
We have more wins than I predicted already.
Look at us.
Season.
Who would have thought?
I'm one away from my win total for the season already.
Me too.
I have been surpassed by week 9.
Likewise.
Yep.
Likewise. I had us with at 8 and 9. So I'm right there with y'all.
Yeah, we're at 8 and 9. But yeah, man. How's everybody feeling tonight? What's going on with y'all? What's going on, Lou? How the family?
Everybody is doing wonderful. I mean, how could you not be with what's going on right now, man? It's taking everybody by storm. I'm walking outside. I'm seeing people wearing, I didn't even know you were a Commanders fan. I've been living next to you for 3 years. I didn't even know you were a Commanders fan this entire time.
It still has a tag on it.
It's crazy, man. I'm walking, in the store one night. I was a couple of weeks ago, I think, or last week. Monday night game, whenever the Giants and the Steelers were playing on Monday night, I think it was a couple Mondays ago. And I'm walking in the store, and this lady, she's stocking the shelves, and I had on my, I think I had on a Commander's hat or something like that. And I wasn't paying attention to it. I was just walking, and she's like, she said, "We playing good. We got us a quarterback," and I'm like, "Yeah, yes, ma'am, we do." She's 58 years old. I'm like, she kind of caught me off guard, minding my business, just trying to pick up a few items, and she's yelling at me, "Oh, we got us a quarterback. We're really good." And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am, we are." And this guy stalking in the back of the store, he's a Cowboys fan. He's like, "Man, y'all look really good." And I said, "You got to be a Cowboys fan." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, I feel so bad for you, man. He was like, "Oh, man, you guys, it looks like RG3 all over again." I said, "This is not that. This is way, way different.
This is way scary.
It's way different.
Way different.
Crazy, man."
Also, before we get too far, special shout out to Rio. Thank God your channel is back, my boy.
Thank God. I almost had a heart attack, bro.
What did you do? What did you do?
That was a mistake on YouTube side because they gave me I woke up and my entire catalog, every single thing I've ever posted on YouTube was gone yesterday. And they wouldn't even let me appeal it at first. And I thought it was something that had to do with my sponsor because something similar happened when they strike the video down because of a Bet US link. But I used every 800 characters in my appeal for my channel. And when they came back to me, they said, after a human reviewed and not an automatic review, your channel did not break any guidelines. They were pretty much saying something about spam and deceptive content. It was something that my channel did not consist of. So it came back a few hours later.
I told you. I said, "Rio, do not try and call anybody. The best way to get to them is through the email and the appeals process."
That was the best advice ever because I did not get through to anybody on the phone.
You weren't going to. I've been through that before with them. That's why I told you, just bypass all of that and go straight to, because it's all tech out there. You know what I mean? That's all.
They hit me with
all tech, bro. They not picking up no phones.
They hit me with an oopsie. That's our bad. Our computer system does that sometimes. You just gotta request a human review, and we'll get it cleared up when we put a person on it. Like, fam, this is my livelihood.
This is right, exactly right.
For full-time work now.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about,
right.
bro?
You can't be making those kind of mistakes.
I woke up without a job. Like, what are we talking about?
Right. That's wild. When you said that to me, I immediately went to my channel and checked just to make sure. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. My heart stopped for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Time out. Let me go check and see, make sure everything's good over here, right? Like, I was like, yeah, that's some scary.
Thank the YouTube gods for bringing your boy back. We back. Man. The team is 7-2. We going for 8-2 for the first time since the 80s. I was -5 the last time the team was 8-2. Let's get it, y'all.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. No cap. Juan, what it do, Juan? What's up, Sean?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up?
Good, bro. What's good with you?
Nothing much. Appreciate you for having me on, Tone. You already know what time it is.
Of course, man. You already know, man. But yeah, special shout out to Rio, man. I'm glad you back like cook crack. Shout out to Corey. Corey's hilarious as hell. Shout out to Tim for the best play-by-plays on the tube. No cap. We know what Lou and Rio are. They two big dogs in this community. Shout out to Juan, man. Juan about to hit that 8K, Sean, and we see you, God.
Absolutely, man.
Look at you. Look at you, big dog.
You be at 10 before you know it, bro. Keep grinding.
Thank y'all. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
But yeah, that was an elongated intro, but you know, we had to catch up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen Rio in a minute. I ain't seen Lou in a hot second. I see Juan all the time. So me and Juan always talk. There's no need to catch up with Juan. But it's good to see Tim and Timmy. And then we see Corey now. Every once in a while he pop out the cut. You know what I'm saying? So I shot to Corey. So it's a joke, Corey.
You're a damn op. I told you I wasn't even gonna do this on your show. You're a damn op. I done told you that before. I was gonna be good today.
All love, Corey. All love, Corey. Chill out. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. But all right. All serious. All seriousness though. Funny as hell. But all seriousness though, we're gonna wrap about the first half of the season a little bit because it's been lit. Especially if y'all been going to the stadium. I've been going to home games like myself. It's been insane. It's been fun to see people getting spanked. 4-0 at home is beautiful. I don't know. Last time it was 4-0 at home. Thank you, Jesus. Thank God about this damn season tickets this year.
19 years ago.
Oh man, 7-2. That's beautiful. We acquired Marshon Lattimore. We're gonna wrap about all of it. As Rio would say, let's pod. As Rio would say. So let's start with the first half of the season, y'all. So what's y'all thoughts on the first half of the season so far? And how far we could take this? We could take this Commanders team in 2024. We talking Super Bowl contenders, anyone? Or we just hey, I like the P word, as Louis say, I like the P word, I like the playoff word, and I'm cool with that. Playoffs. So I'm going to start with Tim. We'll go around the whole panel, and I'll be last. So, how far you can think we take this, Tim? And what's your thoughts on the first half?
Well, the first half, needless to say, to me, it's shocking. 7-2. I predicted 6-11, so we've already surpassed my win total on the season. It's all about coaching. It's all about coaching. JD is also. I mean, if you told me before the season he was going to be an MVP candidate, I say you're just a hopeful Commanders fan, and good for you. That's awesome. And here we are. He is in that conversation, and he's playing fantastic, protecting the ball, only 3 turnovers. Coaching is outstanding. We've improved every week. Cliff is playing elite, right? Or coaching elite, I should say right now. Joe's figuring it out. Dan Quinn's just, I see why they hired him now. I remember I said it initially, it was like, oh, you fell on Dan Quinn instead of
we all fell down.
Johnson. And it's like,
don't beat yourself up over that. Don't beat yourself up over that.
Oh, wait, never mind. He's actually the best coach I've ever seen. It feels like
since Gibbs.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, of course, he's not earned that right yet, but it's just awesome to hear him talk, hear everybody talk about him and what we've been able to accomplish. And where can we go? I don't know. I predicted 6-11. I don't know why we're here. So it's see how far we go. I'm going to enjoy it every single time. And I mean, to be honest, I don't think we're Super Bowl contenders. I just don't think we're quite talented enough. technically, but I mean, adding Marshon Lattimore helps tremendously on defense. We've had to play a lot of too high safeties to protect our corners and keep safeties over the top. And maybe we can play some more single high and load the box, and the run game will get stuffed up a little bit more. So that could change almost everything, it seems like, defensively, even though they've played better each and every week. So sky's the limit for this team. I keep seeing people are, can we win this week? We can compete with anybody right now with how we're playing, how JD's playing, protecting the football, and how we're coaching. Sky's the limit right now.
You just literally said, while we are Super Bowl contenders, we can play with anybody.
Yeah.
If you feel that way, then how are we not Super Bowl contenders? That's my point to people who like, we're not going to the Super Bowl. I didn't say we're going to the Super Bowl. I just said we're Super Bowl contenders. There's a difference. This team is capable of beating anybody. There's only one team in the NFC that scares me, and I think we all know who that team is. So outside of them, I feel like we can compete with anybody in the conference. And I'm not saying we can't beat the Lions, but that's probably one of the few teams that you look around and say we definitely wouldn't be a favored in that game. You know what I mean? We would not be favored in that game. And so with this offense and the way that it's playing, man, I find it hard to believe that we can't make some noise once we get to the playoffs.
Agreed.
But sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. I just
I love it.
A lot of people were jumping in there
let them talk.
yesterday after I posted the video with us being Super Bowl contenders. And I just want to clear that up. Super Bowl contender is not saying we're going to the Super Bowl.
We're Super Bowl favorites. We're not Super Bowl favorites.
No, none of that.
Saying that, right? But
we're literally in the conversation. That's it. That's it.
When you're a top 5 power ranked team, according to everywhere, you're there. Yeah,
the conversation.
We're a consensus top 5 power ranked team. 10 weeks into the season. Who the fuck are we?
Who would have thought? Hey, look, not me. Look at
that. I will take it, man. We're actually legitimate Super Bowl contenders already. And with yesterday's acquisition at the trade deadline, there's officially not a single position on the roster with a bare cupboard. We still have some things we could use on this roster, but corner was the one spot where the cupboard was bare. There was a lot of mid to meh in that room, and now there's a legitimate cornerback one walking through that door, and his name is Marshon Lattimore. That is still a top half of the league, even probably top 10 to 12 corner in this league. That changes things a little bit because Washington is so well coached, so disciplined, and so efficient. Not even just on the offensive side of the ball. Like, even with Benjamin St. Juice, Igbenogany, and Sandra still playing out of position on the outside, we held all the Giants receivers to like nothing on Sunday. Theo Johnson, the tight end, the rookie, was the one who ate us up Sunday. Neighbors had 59 yards. He had significantly less production than the first time we seen him. Darius Slayton didn't do anything. Wandale Robinson had 10 more yards than all 6 of us in this chat. The week prior, the Chicago Bears offense, Roma Dunze had 41 yards. Keenan Allen had 39. DJ Moore had 1 catch for 27 yards and a screen pass that went nowhere.
And a concussion. Don't forget about a concussion.
And the concussion. Yep. The concussion lingered over to another week. He walked off the field versus the Arizona Cardinals. So the hangover from the Hail Mary, it definitely seeped through the bodies of the Chicago Bears players. But man, we're getting this type of play without a good cornerback on the roster. You throw in Marshon Lattimore, who I'm predicting will make his debut versus the Eagles next week, because on a gimpy hamstring, I think putting a guy to play a Sunday, Thursday back-to-back would be kind of malpractice in a way. So save him for A.J. Brown and company next week. But the main reason why we're Super Bowl contenders in year one of this, what they call a recalibration, number 5, Jaden Daniels. I got 5 on it. He has 9 touchdowns through the air, 4 through the ground, and we've sold like 7 touchdowns from him. We've stole 6 or 7 guys getting stopped at the 1, penalties. This guy with
bad calls.
he would
All type
be
of-
in the forefront of the MVP discussion if some of these touchdowns weren't to be called back. But we have a rookie who plays like a seasoned veteran. He's unflappable. No one can knock him off his spot. He's smiling. He knows the offense front and back, and everything he does is intentional. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. Like the ball is never in harm's way. Veteran quarterbacks put the ball in harm's way. Patrick Mahomes puts the ball in harm's way. Jaden Daniels does not put the ball in harm's way. Our offense is as efficient as any offense this millennium, and it's crazy to say that. Our offense is up there efficiency-wise with the greatest show on turf, 2000 LA Rams, or currently St. Louis Rams, what they were at the time. We have a chance because we got coaches, we got a quarterback, and we have a GM and Adam Peters. I'm telling you, we walking into NFL honors and we walking out like Michael Jackson after he dropped Thriller. Grammys galore, trophies, chest to chest, shoulder to shoulder. We're a Super Bowl contender in the first year, and it feels like we're the team of destiny, and we got the chosen quarterback going forward, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna let Corey go ahead and then Juan, and then I'll go ahead and give my spiel.
Yeah. I mean, is it such thing as a humble asshole? That's what I feel like over the first week. Like, you know, because I always talk about like eating what's in front of you. It's the fat boy in me, right? You eat what's in front of you, and that's what this team has done. They've been like every game. It's like you hear the conversation. It's like, well, we just on the we're trying to go to 7-2. We're trying to go to 8-2. They're not looking ahead. They're fun. They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch off the field as they are on the field. There's no drama. You have adults in the room. We give it to Jaden Daniels. We give it to Dan Quinn, Adam Peters as well. These cats, I mean, I've been a fan of this team for like 20 plus years, and I have never once in my fandom thought like, hey, it's okay just to chill and enjoy a game. Like, our games are boring sometimes. Like, I'm sitting out here doing stupid ass shit, like throwing belts on the microphone and everything, because we whooped up on teams. We beat who we're supposed to beat, and then we compete with them other teams. Y'all talk about being a Super Bowl contender. That's the key thing is, right, to get to the party. And if you get to the party, you're in the tournament to contend to play for that big game. So that I mean, in that respect, that's what it is. I mean, the fact that we have went from a offense that would just throw the ball for no reason every time, the pass, to set up the pass, to set up the pass, to set up the opposing team, right? Like when we played Chicago back last year and we threw the ball, what was it, like 57
800 times.
52
Yeah,
times.
52 times.
in a row.
In a row. Yeah.
Like
And
100 times.
Focus on the
Shame.
run. And then you have some players that they have seen that was drafted in this previous administration. You look at Quan Martin. Chris Rodriguez came out here and was our last leading rusher. Damn it, boys, De'Ami Brown is making waves. He's 10 off from his career high as a receiver. That's how in 9 games. It's crazy when you have adults in the room, and we owe a lot of people apologies. Bobby Johnson, we owe Bobby Johnson an apology. That is the first person, because everybody was like, what in the hell is the guy from the New York Giants? They gave up 80 something. Well, you know what they did? And I think that's been the best move, right? They did not stunt Jaden Daniels' growth just to put Brandon Coleman out there to build. They said, you know what? We're going to phase him in. And then what happened when he played the Giants? He went out there and played one hell of a game. Didn't end up getting
clean
no sacks.
sheet.
Exactly.
Clean game.
They don't rush stuff. They have a method to it's a vision. It's not just figuring out as you go. They know what they want to do, and that's how they execute. I mean, I love it, man. And it's beautiful in my house because my team is winning, and the Dallas Cowboys look like a bunch of idiots. Because my wife, I can sit there and look at my wife and say, did your team win? Oh, that's right. They didn't. Mine did. I said, come here, son. This is what you look. This is what a winner looks like. That's what a loser looks like. Like I said, I am a humble asshole. I don't start nothing, but damn it, I will finish it. I'm like my team. We not gonna start this shit. We're gonna come up there and we're gonna hit somebody in the mouth.
Yes, sir.
You can talk your shit during the week, them Chicago Bear fans, them red ass bastards learned about it.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
when we came out,
Oh, yeah.
them suckers.
come on,
Cardinals fans too. Cardinals
Come on, yeah,
fans
them
too,
Cardinals.
because they was
Well, yeah,
talking
them Cardinals
crazy.
fans,
the blue people, them Smurfs, the New York Smurfs too. They've been talking. Oh, we always sweep
2
y'all.
times we done swept them up out of
We
here
came
like
up
the
there
Sandman.
clean y'all up, even though Daniel Jones tried to drink that sewer water and look like Superman. But either way, we hot, boys, and we just keep on running. We just keep on running, one game at a time. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Hey, Philly D, before Juan goes, I just want to let Philly D know I did not call our offense the greatest show on turf. I'm telling you that the numbers, the statistics say Washington is the most efficient offense of the last 25 years, and that includes the greatest show.
Is that per play? Is that what you mean? Like the
yeah.
per play?
What's going on? Like 61% of our drives right now.
Oh,
Look,
including
man,
field goals and everything. Yeah.
All these people don't come in here with earwax.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I'm coming on
blocking
earwax,
your
They looking for
ear
something.
canal.
Looking
like
like
Out of
something.
here, coming in here with your foolishness, not
Well,
listening.
that's an Eagle fan, right? We got something for you though. When they get to me, I got something for you, Philly D. I got something
There
for
you
you.
go.
Mr. 215, I got something for you. All right, don't worry.
That's Tone's second favorite.
We got something for you. I got something for you. Your mother used to use this on you. You probably as a kid. If you need a hint.
Okay.
Go ahead, Juan.
Hey man, y'all said it all. To be honest, I'm just gonna echo everything y'all said because it's true. First things first. The start of the season, I don't think anybody imagined that. 7-2 to start off the year. I feel like I'm gonna throw my age up a lot. 21 years old. Y'all can only imagine what I done seen for my whole fandom.
Baby.
Oh, last year was losing.
This turnaround. I make the joke all the time just because I'm so shocked at how fast we have got good in a sense, because I'm like, hey, Ron Rivera is still worried about building culture. And in 7 to 8 weeks, Adam Peters and company has changed that in them 2.5 months. So no, I didn't expect this start, but like it's just crazy. And as far as being a Super Bowl contender, I think we are. I mean, as you already said, the only team that's in our way, in my opinion, is the Detroit Lions. And that's not to say that we can't beat them or compete with them. It's just more so looking at the talent perspective and look at how they are already in their rebuild and have the experience of a team that's went to the NFC Championship, etc. So just that team is the only team that's in our way of potentially making a Super Bowl. But everybody else, I think we can bump with. So just short, sweet, and simple. Man, I think we're Super Bowl contenders in this season. To start of this season has just been crazy. I didn't expect that.
You know my thoughts on the first half of the season has been? Y'all know my thoughts have been?
There you go.
Don't take my
ass.
That's my.
Don't
Don't
y'all
I'm
get
taking my
No.
bet.
I
Taking my
I
Leave it to the y'all. Take your bets.
I
Take your bets.
trademarked that shit,
Let me
Tone.
get-
I trademarked that, bro.
Hey, I need to see a pack. Damn it. Belt the axe. Somebody doing their ass. Belt the axe. Cowboys, y'all gonna get it twice. Eagles, yeah, Philly fans, your little sheagles, little pigeons, whatever you want to call yourselves. Y'all gonna get belt the ass too. Little Jahan will get strapped by Mikey Samuels. They'll get sent to the shadow realm. I don't care.
What a trade.
What a guy. Adam Peters, what a guy.
What a
My hero.
trade.
What a guy. Robbery.
My hero.
Oh my goodness.
And guess what?
What a
Guess what, y'all?
trade.
We play the Saints this shit, y'all. You know what's gonna happen? Marshon gonna go back to New Orleans, send Chris Olave to the shadow room for 4 quarters. You're gonna cry. You're gonna get no catches. You're gonna be crying. You're like, well, I can't get the ball. You're gonna throw fits. You're gonna get a concussion off of just ranting and raving and getting mad. He might hit himself with a helmet or some shit. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm out of here.
Don't wish that on Chris Olave. We like
No. I don't wish it. I'm just saying, like, he's gonna be frustrated as hell. That's all. He's gonna be frustrated as hell, mad as hell, like, dang, bro. I gotta deal with this man for 4 quarters. And we suck.
Shout out Dennis Allen.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tough for all y'all, man. I hope y'all ready, man. Commander's coming, bro. Where's Rico? I couldn't get in touch with Rico in time. If that's your answer. That is your answer. If you're looking for Rico from Street Scores, I cannot get in touch with him in time. He just shot me a text 5 minutes ago. That is all, respectfully. But yeah, if all you other fan bases, and I something to say about y'all, you Bears fans, y'all ignorant, y'all teams suck, and y'all some sore ass losers. Go get your life together. Cardinals fans, got 2 words for you. That's tough. What other fans talking trash? In
Yeah,
the
they
comment
in
section?
first place too right now. So
Yeah,
we beat a
that's
first
what they
place
did. They're
football
first place
team.
for now.
We beat a first place football team by 28
28
points. I'm
points.
just saying.
We snatched
Smoke
their
them
soul.
I
boys.
predicted them to win the NFC West at the start of the year. Don't ask me why I did
Well, somebody
that.
else that
I
needs
just
to
had a
be mentioned in the first 8 or 9 weeks or whatever. Bobby Wagner has been
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Godsend.
Him and
Godsend.
Frankie.
I would hate to see this defense without Bobby. Just the
I'm with you.
quarterback of the defense. I think he could have an argument for MVP, honestly, but of course that's not going to happen because it's not a quarterback. But like what he does for this team is unbelievable. And even at 34 years old, it's nice to have a Hall of Famer on our team right now to lead this team. I'm scared about what next year. Who they're going to bring to replace him? I shouldn't be too
Bobby
scared.
running it back one more time. Bobby running it back one
I
more.
think he's gonna be back too, man. One
Knock
more,
on wood. I want him back
yeah.
so bad. I'll play him until he's 44. I mean, just
He
keep
might
London
play.
Fletcher, London Fletcher his ass, bro. And then when he
Mhm.
finished, he can get up in that booth.
No cap.
because Luvu's been great and everything like that. No, Newton's been good and like it's been fun to watch this team all around. But Bobby, he's definitely got to be mentioned here.
Reminding us all what it feels like to have linebackers.
What's that linebacker? Ron Rivera said that. What's a linebacker?
If he ain't saying
he didn't
Jack
know
did.
clearly. He played the position for 100 years and then on linebacker.
Jackass Del Rio. They didn't know what
Jackass
linebacker
Del
was.
Rio.
And for them to also, what did we change? 32 players on this team in one offseason or something like that?
100.
And it was like 17 starters out of 20, maybe 15 starters or something like that.
14. It's like 14 starters, and they've managed to already establish an identity. This shit is absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
Absurd.
I would love now that we have Lattimore. Can we get Tampa Bay one more time, even if they have Mike Evans?
We need that.
Can we go back to Tampa, please?
I want a rematch because I was mad. I went to Tampa. I went to Raymond James Stadium to watch us get blown out. I want a rematch.
Did you die of a heat stroke?
Did you
die of a heat stroke in the crowd like our players were on the field?
Bro, I was about to have like
My
5
uncle,
of them. Josh is like, bro, I had to go home. I met the Josh after the game. I said, like, you good, bro? Like, nah, bro.
They went there with an RV that the AC broke. And had to drive 2 hours home. Brutal.
They better enjoy it now.
Hey,
Jaden be looking like he freezing. It was 55 on Sunday. That brother looked like he was freezing.
He's never played in that. Right?
That's that Cali shit right there.
Yeah,
that's Louisiana,
Arizona,
West Coast. That man had his hands inside of his jersey. The pockets,
the hand
up
warmers
until the snap. Right, like the ball's about to be snapping. He still got his joints in
there. New stadium, cuz.
He might pull out the Broadway Joe Chinchilla next week.
You had a Rick Ross joke. You had a Rick Ross.
After that Chicago game, I was just like, I said, how cold was it out there?
Man,
like,
you would have thought it was Lambeau or something. That brother,
my mom said it was like in the 50s up there. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
I said in the 50s. I said,
them Cali boys different, bro. They rocking hoodies and jackets in the summertime. So
I mean, it's cold for them when it's 60 degrees outside. When it's 65, they got coats on. You know what I'm saying? That's cold for them. So yeah, it's hitting different for them.
Hey, they need to put him up in the freezer chest when he does that VR during the week.
In the cryothermic chamber.
Oh, funny as hell.
Get him in the cold tub. Just play in the cold tub for a little bit, Jaden. We gotta get you.
You be
the goggles on.
Yeah.
Put the VR on.
Yeah, that was because that he had one slip out his hand against the Giants for the first time. I think that had to do with his hands being cold. Like I'm like, this is a real thing. We got to keep our eye on this. You know what I mean? Like,
this might need a dome in the next stadium.
I mean, that's happening anyway.
It'll be super dome.
I thought that was that like not a real stadium thing that they put out. I didn't think it was a dome that they put out. That
no, they're gonna put a.
Yeah, you talking about that little archetype that we saw?
Yeah, is that?
Yeah, that wasn't real.
Okay, it wasn't real. Good. Okay,
they're 1,000. They're trying to host Olympic, Super Bowls, World Cup. They're putting a top, and they'll probably make it translucent or something, or give it a retractable. It's gonna be a dome on that stadium.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl. If you want the Super Bowl, you got to have a dome. After what happened with the Giants, the Super Bowl that they had where it snowed like 50 inches the next day after the Super Bowl and nobody could get home. So they're not doing that again.
Yeah.
These are business-minded individuals, and they know the time. So
For sure.
They know the time. So speaking, y'all brought him up. Shout y'all bring them up. So I'm gonna ask the Marshon Lattimore trade. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's rap about that real quick. I'm gonna ask y'all one question. It's an open-ended question. Did we rob the Saints and put our AP Shiesty on, or was it a fair trade in y'all opinion? I'm gonna start with Lou, Juan, Rio, and then we'll go up top with me, Corey, and Tim.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. I think it was a fair trade because we gave up a lot. Like I said that a player of his caliber is worth a second-round pick, and if you kind of couple what we put together as a package, it comes out to roughly a second-round pick. And Peter's talked today about the thought process behind giving up the 3rd and the 6th. We had additional picks in those rounds, so you essentially got them for a 4th round, a swapping of a 4th and a 5th. So when you look at a player of his caliber at a position of need, and you got him under contract for an additional 2 years after this year, and he's making the league minimum the rest of this season, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And, you know, the Saints are in rebuild mode, right? Like, I would have thought they would have traded more players. I would have tried to move Alvin Kamara. I would have tried to move Chase Young. I would have tried to move anybody that had any kind of value of any kind. I would have moved.
Got to go.
But at the end of the day, I think it was a pretty fair trade. And we got to see how it turns out for us, right? Like, we got the man, and he's still nursing a hamstring. So we got to see what is going to actually turn out to be for us this year. I think even into the future is going to work out really well for us because he's just really good. And I think he's still got a lot of good football left in front of him.
I agree with that too. Rio?
Me or Juan? I think you said Juan and then me.
Yeah, Juan.
Yeah, go ahead, Juan.
Yeah, man. So I piggyback off of it. It's a fair trade. I mean, when you're the Saints, can you really be picky at this point? Negative $76 million in cap space. You got to do whatever you can get and take whatever you can get at this point. So it was a fair trade, making the league minimum, as we already spoke, and have a potential out. So even if this doesn't work out, or we feel like it doesn't work out, there's no harm, no foul. And we didn't give up a pick that we actually wanted. Like, that was a thing for me because I was late to the news. So I was like, what 3rd round pick specifically did we give up? So it happens to be the one that we still have. We didn't give up the one that we wanted to. So I mean, it was a fair trade. Marshon Lattimore, 28 years old, and just heard Adam Peters' press conference before coming on. He said he still went top end speed even at 28 years old. It is a fair trade, man, and it was a trade that needed to happen because we had that position of need. Cornerback, as Rio you talked about earlier, was one of the ones that was still left unanswered. And in years past, which has shocked me so differently about the different regimes, is in years past we had similar issues. Linebacker with Ron Rivera's whole regime, and we would just sit on our hands. And Adam Peters said in his press conference, whether we were 7-2 or 0-9, you're always looking to upgrade your team, and that just was never the case with the previous regime. So it's just surreal that we finally have adults in the building that matches the fans' energy, because us as fans for years, we would come on here and make videos about, oh, we need to trade for this guy. We should trade for this guy. But honestly knew that wasn't realistic because we didn't have the guys in the building that actually thought about it. Now that we have guys in the building that think about trading for a Marshawn Lynch, trading for a top-end player, and actually being a realistic destination and not just being this dumpster fire, it's just surreal. So long story short, it was a fair trade.
I believe it was a fair trade as well. First things first, we have the general manager in the NFC East that has the Midas touch. It's not Howie Roseman anymore. Those days are over. So Philly D, I hope y'all enjoyed your time of having the best GM in the division. Howie Roseman gifted this franchise a 3rd round pick for a wide receiver that has 70 fucking yards in 9 weeks. 70. He got 70 more yards than us 6 fuckers in this chat right now. 70 more yards than my bad. He has 71 yards more than us. My bad. I took a yard from
and about 30 of them came against
one play
on a lucky catch.
One play. 37 one play.
So a good GM moves with vision and moves with foresight. We traded John Ridgeway. A lot of fans hated that. He's done absolutely nothing for the New Orleans Saints, but that was one of my Bulldogs, so I'm happy for him. But We got a 6th for John Ridgeway. We got a 3rd for Jahan Dotson, meaning we had extra ammunition. We gave the Saints their 6th round pick back. We kept the Philadelphia 3rd rounder, which comes from Miami, that currently is like 20-something spots ahead of the pick we gave New Orleans. And we threw the 4th rounder in for a sweetener. You know, my favorite part about the Marshon Lattimore trade, we got a 5th back too. We got a 5th round pick to boot with the cornerback, the number 1 cornerback on this roster, who's going to make less than Emmanuel Forbes for the rest of this season. Marshon Lattimore is going to make less money than Emmanuel Forbes for the rest of this year to be our number 1 cornerback. And in the 2 following years, he's under contract through his age 30 season. $18 million next year, $18.5 million the year after that, and none of those are guaranteed. If we need to bust up the contract, we can. No need to, though, because 18 is very good number for a number 1 cornerback when you look at what's out there on the market right now. You fill up the biggest glaring hole on the roster, and you put Mikey Sanders back into his natural habitat as an inside corner. You put Benjamin St. Juste back at home at cornerback 2 and not trying to cover number 1 receivers every week, and a defense that's already opportunistic, that can already get to the passer and is finally seeing cohesion and consistency from the safety spot, the linebacker spot, and up front. You now have a cornerback that can put this defense over the top to complement and play complementary football with a dominant offense. This was fair on both sides. The Saints are going to be in cap hell like they've been the last few years. We're talking $75 to $90 million over the cap when we get to the offseason. So this trade was more than fair for both sides.
I'm gonna just give my spiel. We robbed them folks. Y'all being nice. We robbed them folks. Think about it. The 3rd round pick that we giving up for them, if we do what we're supposed to do, that's gonna be the 96th pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Is the 96th pick worth Marshon Lattimore? What's more important? The 96th pick in the draft or that number 1 corner? Number 1 corner to me is more important. That's just me. And then the 4th and 5th we swapped. It's like a 15 pick difference. What is that? Nothing. And then the 6th round pick, you gave it to us. Here's your pick back. Have fun. Man, he put his shiesty on. He robbed them boys, man. Saints were vulnerable. They needed some cap relief and got robbed. And as for the whole alignment of corners, I agree with everything Rio said except for one thing. Send Benjamin St. Juste back to Canada. I don't want him here. Get him out of here. Deport him.
He ain't going nowhere.
That boy's starting right opposite Marshon Lattimore.
Yeah. That Corey, that.
That boy's starting.
But all serious, okay, not deport him, but send him to the bench.
He said, Josh, you tripping.
Oh, I don't know how that got up there. I'm sorry.
You need to sit.
I don't know, eh?
I don't know, eh?
Sauteed, extra seasoning. You need to watch for a week, bro. Just for a week. After that, you can go ahead and sideline it. Mikey could move back inside. But for 1 week, sit your behind and learn. Learn how to not get fried. Because you've been getting deep fried. I ain't going.
You know what's crazy is he's not playing terribly the last couple of weeks. It's just when he does make mistakes, it's glaring as shit.
It's magnified.
He's had 2 very solid weeks the last couple of weeks, but every time he does some shit, it's the most polarizing play of the game. Yeah. He's gonna start.
I mean, if I can jump in,
if you make a play, I will. If you make a play, Gus Bus, I will do it for you. I'll do it in a vlog for you. If he does it, if he makes a play, I do it for you.
Oh, don't do that, Real. I get so pissed every time I see him.
He always does that shit after a quarterback
or he lifts up
the receiver.
Yeah, and he's gonna get cooked on the like 3 plays later. Like I had never in my life seen his like
3 plays later.
Like people always they get mad at like these pass interferences that he gets called. I thought it was a bad one in New York.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
against Baltimore. But you know why he gets them? The officials watch film too, boys and girls. His give a doubt is like my give a damn. It's busted. And anytime they see it, they're gonna be like, you know what? We ain't gonna give him the benefit. F it, I'm throwing the damn flag. That's what he does. That's all the time. I'm not saying
not wrong.
It's right, But that's what they do it because they see that in their damn film study, and they're like, okay, 23 in Washington. If it's close, he's probably he's probably holding or he's hooking somebody. It happens all the time. I remember when Mike Evans adopted him as his child in week 1, and he was just like, they could have thrown the flag. He's like, boy, get off of me, get off of me. That's bro, I can't. Let me stop. Every time I get mad,
shout to with Tubi for a super chat here. You think they would cut fools in the offseason or get a trade done in the offseason?
Cut.
There's no value.
Can I get a box of Kleenex for him? That's all I need.
There's no value there.
Okay. I don't know if they do either one yet.
In the offseason?
Yeah, in the offseason. I don't know if they do either one yet. I mean, honestly, you just got to see how everything plays out. If they get enough, because you got to remember, Juice is on the last year of his deal. Noah Igbenogany signed a 1-year deal. We're not going to have a bunch of corners on this roster. They're going to have to replenish the position. It's just going to be Mikey and Marshon Lattimore on the roster next year. So unless they bring back Noah Igbenogany on another 1-year deal or whatever the case may be. So the cupboard's going to be not bare, but it won't be, as full as it is right now. So you got to assume that they're going to draft, at least one guy and probably sign somebody in free agency. And then if they have enough depth, he'll come to camp. They're not going to just cut him. They'll bring him to camp, let him compete, and then if they can trade him, they will, like get a 7th round pick for him. But if they, if he doesn't cut it, then they might cut him at the end of the process, right?
Okay.
So over some 53-man cut, he's not gonna make the 53-man type shit, right?
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think they're cutting him right after the season's over. You know what I mean? Like,
they let the offseason play out to see what happens throughout the next offseason.
They want to try to get something for him. I'm pretty sure they tried to trade him at the trade deadline, and they just couldn't get anything for him. So you hope that next you get to the end of camp and somebody's desperate and they're like, "Yeah, all right," because it's always harder before the draft, before free agency, to coax somebody into giving you something because they're thinking to themselves, I can go get me somebody in free agency. I can get somebody in the draft. Yeah. Well, not everybody's going to get what they want. And so you're hoping to get to then camp and then somebody has an injury and now they're desperate at corner. Hey, just give me a 7th round pick, just give me a conditional, 6, right? Or a 7th that could turn into a 6. So just give me a 7th round pick. Yeah. And so you're hoping to get to that point maybe in August,
pick swap or something, just something.
So with the Lattimore trade, I feel like the Commanders fans are excited. Do we think the Saints fans are excited about this trade at all? Like, are they feeling good about it? Like, oh, you know what? We got a 3rd, 4th, a 6th, and we gave up a 5th. Like, no, I think this is a complete we are now the team. Robbery. We are now the team. Being the vultures on the desperate, right? Or what? We're coming after. We're not giving up Trent Williams for a 3rd and a 5th anymore. We're not letting Brandon Sheriff walk for compensatory picks. We're not letting Kirk Cousins walk for compensatory picks. No, we went and took Marshon Lattimore, a piece that we needed desperately, to a team that was desperate, that just wanted to get rid of him because they need cap. We won this trade by far. We won the trade against the Eagles in the draft. We won the trade with Jahan and the Eagles. We won the trade. We just win trades. That's what Peters does.
Aubrey.
And that's why he didn't go be desperate and go after edge rusher. I know a lot of people wanted an edge rusher. I'm sure they did too. But they're waiting to see if we can get good value. If we can get good value, we send it, right? And so I completely think it was we won this trade easily. I mean, I can see what you guys are saying. It's fair because they needed to do it. It was desperation times for them, but it was desperation times for them, and that means we got
we robbed them.
Yeah,
I mean, a day 2 pick is valuable. We like if you don't like 3rd round picks. Brandon Coleman is a 3rd round pick. Luke McCaffrey is a 3rd round pick.
Awesome.
That 3rd round pick that we
it's
use.
One thing, okay, that's fair, but it's one thing if we only had him for a 1-year rental. We're getting a Marshon Lattimore for 2.5 years compared to a 3rd round pick that we would get for 4. Right? Like,
not to mention we kept the higher 3rd round pick.
It's like that is. I would take that any day of the week, even if my 3rd round pick was right now, and there was a guy I liked, and I could get Marshon Lattimore on 2.5 years for $18 million when he's 28, 29, 30 years old.
Were the Chiefs giving up what we gave up? No. they wouldn't have
Nope.
given that up.
No, them more the
It's-
Raiders.
No, they wouldn't go. They wouldn't go.
I'm just telling you
Well,
right
they
now.
already have a Trent McDuffie. They're not in it.
Right.
They was trying to pair that boy with Trent McDuffie too. They was there.
Right.
They was on
They
their line.
trying to win their third Super Bowl, but they weren't. There was a certain line that they weren't willing to cross, and I think that line was, "I'm not giving you a day 2 pick. Not giving you a day 2 pick." We had to go a bit further than anybody else was going to go. I mean, look around the league. Like you got like I think one of the things we mess up more than anything else as fans is trade value. Because in our minds, we think guys are worth this or that. And then you look at like Zadarius Smith. We've been talking about him for a long time. And I knew he was going to Detroit. And I said, man, I don't want to part ways with a 3, but if I had to, I'd do it. But I'd really like to get him for a 4. They got him for a 5. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like when we think about trade value, we think about it in a much different light. And I think we put a little bit more stock into it, and we put a little bit more weight on these players and their name.
We do.
And then there's other factors. And like you said, he does have 2 years left after this year. That does make a difference. But when you look at the trade itself, a third, like Adam Peters loves his draft picks. Okay, I don't give a damn about a 6 or a 7. You give all them shits away if you ask me.
Yeah,
he wants his 6th-round picks. He cherishes his 7th. Like this man was so petty after week 1, and our kicker missed those kicks. Hey, I need my 7th-round pick back.
Yeah, go ahead, run that back. Return the sender, please.
Return the sender. Let me get my pick back. Like, I'm not even gonna let him find a way out of this funk. I need my 7th-round pick back.
Yeah.
And so
pick that out right now.
If you're asking Adam Peters, he gave up a lot. You ask any GM, that's a lot to give up 3 picks for one player. I don't give a damn if it's a 3rd, a 4th, and a 6. It's a lot.
Since he gave up 2, because you got the 5th back along with him too.
Right. Well, you swap that pick, and you gave up 2 picks. So, and again, one of them is a day 2 pick. That's the one, right? The 4th, and swapping the 4th and the 5th, and giving up the 6th. I don't care about that shit. The 3rd rounder is the big one. That's the one that matters, right?
But is Marshon not worth that?
We're going to find out. I think so. Absolutely. A healthy Marshon Lattimore without question. But I told you what I thought he was worth. A 2, right?
Yeah.
A 3rd, a 4th, swapping a 4th back to a 5th and a 6th. You package that up. You count the points. It's a 2nd-round pick. That's
and minus the 5th that we got back?
That's what I said. You move back.
I heard you adding up the other 3.
Yeah. And then you got to also move back. So you add those points in as well, right? Because you move back from a 4 to a 5th. And so when you total all of that up, it equals out to a 2nd-round pick, which is what I thought he was worth. So I get where you're coming from though. Like Saints fans, I think they were kind of like at the point with him because they're not good, and he's an asset and one of the few that they have. And again, that's like having a Maserati in front of a trailer park. I mean, it's cool, right? If that's what you into, like it's cool. It's like it's like have that meme where they got the dope car and they got the little cover over it, right? They don't have it in a garage. They got one of those little covers over it, where it's not actually shielded from the weather outside. But cool, that's nice. I mean, at this point, he has served his purpose in New Orleans. Now, he's gonna have a chance to actually play for a team that has a chance to do something. So we'll see what happens. But I get both sides of the argument for sure.
Yeah, I've been robbing folks. So
I wonder like what the value is of each pick. That I was just looking at the chart. I don't know where we are.
We don't right, but you won't be able to fully total
tally
that until
I was just looking at middle of the pack. 185, 68, 21 minus the 33, and then this is the 64th pick in the 2nd round is 270. I don't know. I'm just doing the quick math. It doesn't seem like it's quite
trade
there.
value is hilarious. Like ask the Panthers if they thought they would get more for Jonathan Mingo than they got for Deontay Johnson. Like,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean,
is that a contract thing though? Because Mingo's still on his rookie deal,
right?
still?
And he's got 2 more years left.
Yeah,
after that, so
which makes it a huge deal.
That's what makes it different. Is if he turns out to be any good, then it works out for Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Like with Deontay Johnson, it's a rental. He's a free agent next year.
Free agent.
I mean, so it's a little bit different. You got to always take that stuff into consideration.
That's what I'm doing with the Marshon Lattimore. That's why I feel like it's so.
Yeah, no,
so
and that's why I
huge,
said I get it from both sides.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from there. Absolutely, right.
And I feel like if you're the Saints, I feel like you're not happy. But maybe you are. Maybe they're ecstatic.
Man, they sad.
I think you're right. I don't think they're happy about it, but I don't think they're not tripping about it either. You know?
Man, I think they're sad. Just a little bit.
They just stink. So
They need a quarterback.
They're like, we trash and we trade our best player away. Trash. Let's look ahead now. We talked about the first half. She's about the Marshon Lattimore.
I think it's a good move, by the way, since you just skipped me.
I thought you talked before me, but it doesn't matter.
Actually, Corey, give your spill.
Hey man,
It's hard as hell when you got 6 people.
Yeah,
bro.
I know, right?
I really thought he said something.
Would it just be
I
I'd be
you
forgetting
talked before I
sometimes.
did. I thought, to be honest with you.
No, I
say more. Go ahead.
The only thing I say is that
Hey Juan, you good down there, man? You good down there?
We see a hat. We see a hat. He's there.
I just want to make sure you good down there, bro.
I'm gonna tell the little John off.
You can put my loud ass at the bottom if you want, bro. I'm loud enough,
there, Tony.
Yeah, you loud. You loud as hell.
Yeah, there you go, man. We gotta take care of the youngin, man. Don't be doing my guy like that, man.
I used to have 6 people here, all right? And doing this, having 6 screen shit. But yeah, let's look a little ahead now. We talked about the first half. Let's talk about the second half of the season. I know Lou probably got to run it a little bit, so I'm going. Everyone gonna predict what we're gonna do the rest of the season. I'll start with Lou. I know Lou got to run, and then we'll do our prediction.
Too, so I'll go after him.
All right, so Lou and Rio and everyone else can go.
What's the question?
We'll just predict the rest of the other games the rest of the season. Win, loss, and
well, look, man. I mean, for me, it's not hard because every game I think we can win. So. Okay. Until you tell me otherwise, as long as 5 is healthy and upright, I feel good about this team moving forward. Like you look at the schedule and there isn't a single team on it. I mean, I felt this way before the season started, by the way. Like the only game that I felt like was a kamikaze mission was week 3 at Cincinnati on Monday Night Football, right? I thought we were walking into a death trap. Obviously, that turned our entire season around, right? Yep. And so outside of that game, I felt good about every single game on the schedule. Like, hey, I could make a case for us winning now. It's not even, a conversation for me. Obviously, I don't believe we will win every single game, but I'm not going to tell you that we're not winning the game, right? We're just going to not have to win, and I'll deal with it when it comes. But for me, I look at the season and I say I'll be disappointed if this team doesn't somehow manage to win 12 games.
Okay, you got 12-5, at least 12-5 every day.
Bare minimum 12-5.
Okay, all right.
If they get to 11, I'll still celebrate it because I
won 11 since God knows when.
Oh, we 91. It's 90. Right? My birth year, baby.
I'm going to be excited if we win more than 10 games because we haven't done that since 91, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be excited regardless, but I want 12. I'm greedy. I want 12. I want 13. I want to be one of those teams, and I want us to be one of those teams moving forward from this point forward, right? I call it a triple P, right? Perennial playoff participant. It's time for us to start that streak, and I want to see it start this year. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay. So, Real, your thoughts then? You want to go through game by game, or you want to give a spill?
I'll put it all. I'll summarize it all. I'll put it all together, throw it in, make a collage out of it. So the way I see it, to start with the bare minimum, 4-4 in our last 8 games gets us 11 wins. 4-4. So it would take a slide and a collapse of some sort if we just get 11 wins this year. But we celebrate, we pop bottles because Washington is the only team in the NFL since my birth year of 1991 to not win 11 games. We have the longest 11-win drought in the league. So bare minimum, 4 wins. I'll give you the 4 right now. Dallas twice, Tennessee, and New Orleans. That is 4 wins. So bare minimum, our floor should now be 11-6, which is crazy because I predicted 8 wins before the season start. But you adjust when you're presented with new data, and we are like that right now. Mm-hmm. I think this is a 12-win football team. And what's crazy is you could convince me 13-4 because you split with the Eagles and you drop one to, let's say, Atlanta or Pittsburgh. You should win the rest of the games that this team plays if you just want to go by the schedule and look at team by team. But I'm gonna go with 12-5 for this football team, which is insane for me because I've never seen anything like it. I've only seen this team back in the playoff berth. 5-win streak, 7-win streak, 4-win streak, 5 out of the last 6. I've only seen us Mickey Mouse moonwalk into the playoff. This is the first time I've seen us just be good throughout the entire season.
Right.
I got us finishing at 12 wins, 5 losses, and I think that's going to be enough to win the division because Philly not going 13-4.
Agreed. Corey.
Yeah. So my thing is I go 1-0 every week. That's what you got to do, right?
Amen.
I don't think I feel like 11 is the new 10-win season. So 12 is my goal. 12 is my goal. Because I feel like that's the new 11 is 12 since we added that new game in there. So like you said, you'd have to have a monumental collapse. And I say even if we don't have 5, which I'm praying that doesn't happen, I think this team can still, at minimum, be 4-4 without Jaden. I think this team can do that. But with him, sky's the limit. I'm not big on predicting in the future, but I would say like 12, 11 games. If we don't hit that, that would be disappointing for me.
Very.
But I mean, God, I want to look. I want to look so far into the future and just rack up these wins. But I'm not going to do it.
I'm not that guy either.
Yeah. Humble.
I respect
One more
y'all,
time, man.
I respect
Hey,
y'all.
humble
A wise
asshole.
man once said, "Hey, what's the most important battle, or what's the most important fight? The one that we're in, right?
That's
The
right.
one that we're in.
Yeah.
Hey, the Steelers are the most important fight
That's right.
this week, man.
Exactly.
That's the fight we in right now. So,
Preach.
I'm with it. I'm with
Yep.
it. But yeah,
I ain't mad at y'all about it.
I'm gonna glide to the side, man. I appreciate you for having me. Hey, what up, fellas, man? It was so good to chop it up with y'all, man. It's always good to kick it with y'all, man. Y'all take care of yourselves and enjoy every step of this process in this ride, man, because you never know when it's gonna end, but it feels like we just beginning. Enjoy it though. Enjoy this, because I know I am.
Oh yeah, I got a slide. I got a slide as well, man. About a company, I gotta go, man. But appreciate all of y'all. Got to get y'all on the channel again. Each and every one of y'all. Tim, Corey, we got to definitely do it again.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up,
Yes, sir, Rio. You already know what it is.
Y'all
But
be
text
easy.
message away, Rio. You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Rio and Lou. Appreciate them for being on.
All right, I'll take one for the team. Okay, we're gonna go 10-7. All right. The Eagles are going to be tough for us. That run game with Saquon, okay. The Steelers are going to be tough. That defense is mighty strong. We have gotten lucky at times, right? New York's kicker getting hurt, the Hail Mary, the Cincinnati missing a field goal and a 2-point conversion. That could have been an overtime game, and if whoever got the ball in that overtime would have won that game probably because no defense could have stopped either one. So you know what? It's going to be tough, right? I think we should be able to beat Tennessee. We should be able to beat New Orleans, right? Will we sweep Dallas? We should, but I'm going to say we split there and then we lose the rest. Okay, that's where we're going, and I'll take one for the team. And it is what it is, and it's 10-7. We're excited, double digits. We were supposed to be terrible this year. We're making the playoffs, and it's great.
Okay, that's interesting, Tim. Juan?
Yeah. I mean, I get the game by game approach, and that's typically how I am, but it's like with this team, I'm not saying I see the future because I can't. I'd be lying. But it's just looking at this schedule, how can you not, in a sense, look ahead, looking at teams like New Orleans, looking at teams like Tennessee? I will say this for me is the 2 games that is a little bit tough and is the only game for the rest of the way that I could see us potentially losing because of that stretch. You got a game versus Pittsburgh that I feel like is going to be very tough. The team is obviously, anytime you play Pittsburgh, you're going to get beat up. It's going to be a hard game. And then you got a quick turnaround Thursday night against Philly, a divisional rival. That's not going to be easy. So if there was a game left on the schedule where I see Washington losing, it is Philly, splitting with them at least. But for the rest of the way, I don't think there's a game Washington could lose. And like part of me wants to say will lose, but anything can happen any Sunday, but could lose. At this point, I'm only having them down to lose probably the Philly game, the first one, and maybe Atlanta, depending on if we need that game or not, or depending if they need that game or not, because both teams could be playing their backups at that point. So I'll say, what is that? 13-4 maybe?
Yeah. I look at the schedule.
It's
I actually do think we're going to lose either this game or the Eagles game. I don't want to lose to the Pigeons, but I don't want to lose a home game. So I'll take a dub with the Steelers. One loss to the Eagles on the road, whatever. Go to the link, whatever. I don't care. Just beat them at home. When they come to Northwest, just lock down Jahan and make them no catches, no nothing, just no nothing. Just until AJ not today, until Devontae Smith go to hell. Next, Dallas Cowboys, you're sweeping them. They had no Dak for their game. In the second game, week 18, who's going to care? I'm not going to play Dak in that game either. He's going to be probably out for the season, so I got to sweep there. The Tennessee Titans are trash. We're going to destroy them. We'll dismantle them and throw them in the trash. The New Orleans Saints, Marshon Lattimore will tell Chris Olave not today, and they're going to get blown out and destroyed, and we'll tell Alvin Kamara hell no. All right, next. Yeah, we're going to beat the Eagles. Falcons. That might be it, though. Just because we don't beat Kirk Cousins. So we actually beat Kirk Cousins. I don't think we won't beat Kirk Cousins. So I got 13-4. 13-4. Everything said and done. 13-4 for the Washington Commanders and the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs. Because I think the Detroit Lions are going to win 14 games. I know. Whatever. But yeah.
I can see that. I bet that's that.
Here's another question of similar stature. Wait, did you predicted yours won, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Which games would we be favored in?
For the rest of the way?
Yeah, the rest of the way, right? So we're already favored in the Steelers.
Our favorite Pittsburgh.
Are we going to be favorites on the road against Philly?
Versus Philadelphia.
Probably
Huh?
not. I don't think so at Philadelphia.
At Philly, okay.
Yeah, I think
if they don't have Dak, we should be favorites against Dallas.
Mhm.
We should be fair for both Dallas.
Yeah, we should be favored against Tennessee.
Yep.
At New Orleans, we should.
We should probably
be favorites.
Favorites.
Now Philly at home, are we favorites?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we get 3-point favorite. I think
We get a
I
3-point
think versus
favorite.
Atlanta, we'd
It's 2
probably
points.
be favored too, but it'd be like a
We
2.5
might be
point.
dogs versus Atlanta. Depends how they look.
Okay,
At home
we don't
in
know.
December.
We don't know where we are like down the stretch, right? But right now, let's
Yeah.
say, you know what? Let's move this game to this week. We're at home against Philly. Is Vegas giving us favorites?
We're favorite. We're favorite.
Yeah,
We're favorite by play.
I don't know.
I think we get
At home versus Philly. At home versus Philly, we're favorite because they're going to look at our matchups from the past weeks and compare them. They should have lost to Jacksonville, if you want to be honest. If Trevor Lawrence is any good, they would have lost that game. And we're at home. It's different if we're on the road in Philly on Thursday Night Football. We're at home. So I think the only game left on the schedule, not to cut you off, Tone, but it is the Philly game in the link. Every other game, I think we're favored.
So we're favored against Atlanta?
Yeah, at home, I do. I do think we're
Right now we're
favored.
favored. Like, so if we
I
lose
think
the
we're
Atlanta game,
favorite
this
with
week,
Atlanta by
we're favorites
probably
against
with a
Atlanta.
3-point treatment.
Yes.
I think we'll get 1.5 point favorites versus Atlanta.
I think we're favored against Atlanta if you move that game up, especially being at home.
And plus, it could be that game could get moved to a Saturday.
Yeah.
So
Like this isn't the same. This isn't the same thing. We actually have a home field advantage now.
I know firsthand. It is a home field advantage. It is. It's lit in that stadium now. No
Right
cap.
now, the Falcons are undefeated on the road.
We're undefeated at home.
They're undefeated on the road. Like, I don't know. It's interesting of where we would. I mean, I guess technically we're power rankinged over everybody, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Atlanta, I think we'll be like a 2-point favorite, 2.5 point favorite. I don't think we'll get the full 3 points like we would do a regular home game, but it'll be like one of them 1.5 point favorite, 2.5 point spread, something like that. When it comes to Atlanta, but I think we'll be favored though.
I know the over under would be crazy for that game.
Woo! It'd probably be in the 50s.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and you guys might all be right. We'll see. And it's interesting of where the Vegas odds would put us. We are favorites against Pittsburgh. We are at home 2.5 points. I mean, is Pittsburgh like okay? If you had Pittsburgh versus Philly, who's favored?
Philly.
On a neutral site. Philly.
So
at home, we're only 2.5 point favorites against the Steelers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
2.5.
Steelers got to go to Philadelphia this year too.
Wait, where's the spread? Yeah, we're only 2.5 point favorites against Philly. I mean, against Pittsburgh. But all of you are saying that Philly would be higher if they were playing against Pittsburgh. So what would be the spread against Philly right now at home at our place? It might be dead even. I don't even know if we are the favorites at our home.
Versus Philadelphia?
Yeah, versus Philadelphia. I mean, Philadelphia is still a super strong team. Yeah, they've won some ugly games.
They're a good football team, no doubt.
I mean,
no doubt.
Saquon's nasty. They're getting AJ Brown back from injury. And I think Devontae Smith missed it time as well. Goddard's there. I mean, they still have a very strong team.
But AJ just got hurt again, though. I don't think he's gonna play this week, but that's not the point.
And then
it's like the Atlanta game. I think that you'll get the 3 points, but the game will be so close that it might make you a 1.5 point favorite. I think you're going to still – Vegas going to still give the Commanders a slight favorite. They're not going to give them the full 3 points that they would have done like in a normal game where it's like it's not as evenly matched.
Another way you could ask –
the line might just be even, though. Right?
Yeah.
But
and then Atlanta – all right, Atlanta versus Pittsburgh on a neutral side. And I know Pittsburgh won week 1, but Kirk Cousins in the new offense, whatever, they've been playing better as of late. John's getting better.
I would favor the Falcons.
Okay. So if we're only 2.5 point favorites against the Steelers, you guys would say the Falcons are better, the Eagles are better, and who else do we talk about? Or I guess it's just those two, right? Yeah, those two. I don't know for favorites, even at home against this teams against Vegas.
The line could be even, but I don't see even lines often though.
And we're also only -4 against the Giants. Giants suck.
That was disrespectful. That was downright disrespectful.
So it's interesting.
That was downright wrong as hell.
I know that right now it's I know we're excited and it's a lot of fun and we're 7-2, first time since whatever 96 or something ridiculous, 99 or something. So it's fun to be here, and I'm sure it's just the longtime Skins fan in me that I'm finding a way to be what some would call realistic.
Carefully optimistic,
right? Realistic.
Carefully optimistic, Timmy.
I understand that.
Pessimistic.
You see, I would say realistic. It's fine.
Yeah,
because I mean, if we're only 2.5 point favorites against the Steelers, I don't know for 4.5 point, or we're favorites against the Eagles. Right
so
now.
Coming into the season, we were 1.5 underdogs against the Steelers. So now we're 2.5 point favorites. This was at the beginning of the season, and then
wait, can you actually look at future odds right now?
I'm looking at. I can look at the beginnings.
Yeah, I don't know if they do still.
Yeah,
future
I don't
lines here.
know if it's the current, but this is where it was the opening odds for. And then they had us +2 against Atlanta. I don't know. I think that changed. I think that's probably
it's interesting.
Boys. Yeah,
it's interesting. So I'm excited about it, and I know, and I'm doing my thing. So because the team loves to prove me wrong, so I don't want to be overly optimistic.
Tim, I feel you.
All right.
I just think because Vegas is weird when it comes to our home spreads. So I've been betting all season too, so don't pay me no mind. But every time we're at home,
that's how you got to Tampa Bay.
Leave me the hell alone, okay? Well, I had a bonus check from my job. That's how I got to Tampa. Oh yeah. Back to the point.
I don't know. I thought it was an interesting conversation to bring it up that way. And look at it a little bit different. But it's an exciting time to be a Skins fan, and I hope we win the next 8 games straight. And I'm rooting for now a 15-2 season. It's an exciting time to be us right now. The coaching staff is elite. JD's fantastic. Terry's now second in touchdowns, and he could have had even more with play calls and missed opportunities, both by Jaden and himself. He dropped that touchdown. I think it was against the Browns. Yeah. So it could even be higher right now with what is available on the field. And it's awesome to see Terry excelling. And the team is just playing outstanding right now. And then adding a guy like Marshon Lattimore only makes us better, only makes us a real threat to anybody, right? Because now we have somebody that can go on Amon-Ra St. Brown. We have somebody that can go on CD. We have somebody can go against AJ Brown or Chris Olave. Actually, I don't know. I might actually I don't know who I would put on AJ Brown, because I think Benjamin St. Juste has actually done decent against AJ Brown, because he
had that one game on Monday night. We only allowed 1 catch for 7 yards.
Yeah, like against bigger receivers, he actually does better than the shiftier guys. So I don't know how well Marshon Lattimore does against shifty guys. I know he's got great speed. So anyway, it's fun. It's good times, dude.
It's been definitely fun as a Washington fan this year. just seeing everyone putting their Washington gear every week has been beautiful. Like every time I'm like heading somewhere going somewhere, see a bunch of Washington gear on. I don't see no cowboy hats on. I don't see no Eagle stuff. I see all bunch of Washington stuff. It's like we took the city back again. All right, now, I'm not an NFC East fan no more. We put this Eagle stuff out of here. I'm gonna be a Commander fan, you know. I'm gonna put this on. Like it's been
I was
beautiful.
just asking where them bastards been at the last time. I
All the pigeons.
Like no, I'm just talking about like these people that have been in hiding all this time about your team and everything. To me, I'm just like, hey, we suck. Oh well, this is my team.
I'm gonna rock with them.
I'm waiting because I've waited for this moment my entire adult life to get to this point, and then I'm sitting back there. I had a guy comment to me on Friday. He's like, man, he said, yeah, he said we're doing good. He said it makes me proud to wear my stuff. I said I've been wearing my stuff. I said win, lose, or draw. I said I've been wearing. He said, oh, I have too, but you know it's just a lot easier to wear it now. I said that's you, pal. I said I've been here.
I said yeah, fair weather fan. It's easy for you now, fair weather fan.
Like I said, especially like people like Tim and me and Juan's done it at times. Like we've sat here and broadcasted ass kickings. Like we've sat here and wasted time that we could have been spending with our families.
I've vlogged
exactly. We could literally have done anything else in this world when we're putting our thumbs up our butts, getting beat 38-10. Or 42-10 on Thanksgiving, having Dolly Parton's old ass talking about they are the champions and shit, and then Deron Bland running all his breaking records, and Jim Nantz about to have a conniption on there because it's a record. That's the record. Like that's the shit. Like to me,
that's the stuff we gotta. That's what we gotta do.
That's what this why this stuff means so much more because people like us, we've sat through this stuff. And I mean, I've been here where I still am a burnt. Juan, you weren't born yet, bro. But there was an opportunity for this team to make it to the NFC Championship game back in 1999. And if it wasn't for a bobble snap by Brad Johnson from Dan Turk. And we probably been playing the greatest show on turf in St. Louis next week. Like, so when people like, I'm like, where y'all hiding at? Stop being embarrassed. Stop being damn embarrassed. You know, you should have been here. You should have. We've sat here through sexual scandals, embarrassing name changes,
all type of crap,
all kinds of stuff. The disrespect, the
ACL tears from franchise quarterbacks.
I mean, like, you know what? Hey, I will say this random thought though. Do you know who the real MVP of this season is? Mark Ein being sweet on Mrs. Jackson, Jane Dane's mama. Mark Ein is with her all the time. Reminds me of Dave Chappelle in Trading Spouses when he said, I've tasted brown sugar for the first time and not my oatmeal. Watch out. I'm telling y'all.
I don't even know what that. I'm lost.
Hey, if Mark
it must be the pigment.
That, he a nasty
lack of pigment. I don't get it.
He a nasty mother son of a. You know what?
Oh, hey, that's all right though. Look, I'm just saying, keep Miss Jackson, please. That's all. That's all.
Miss Jackson.
Your son is for real. Okay, I'm done with my rant. I'm done with my terrible rant. I don't even know where I went with that.
I'll say this to kind of piggyback off of what Corey was saying. For the first time in my fandom, I got accused of being a bandwagon. You know, just walking around with my hat on and stuff like that. And someone walked up to me and said, "You only wearing that because they winning." I kind of took a little bit of an insult because
before
I even did YouTube or anything like that, I was a kid and I just wore my Redskin jersey, taking pictures. I posted it, but then I said, you know what? Do you know what I do outside of this? I started my channel at the worst time possible, 2019. Who wanted to be a Redskins fan at that time or make content about that team? Huh?
3-13 and
like. I've only I've only recently stopped live streaming the games on a consistent basis, but as you said, Corey, we sat through some terrible times on live stream. I mean, just last season, a Miami Dolphins game, I started listening to music on the live stream, taking song requests because I was just like, what is this? Now we share that same feeling because we're whooping teams. Now, like you said, you get bored of watching the game. And I thought it was, at first, I thought it was a bad feeling. I was like, why am I not this excited about blowing these teams out? I thought I waited all my time for this feeling, but it got old fast in a good way. Like it got old fast. We got so used to blowing teams out that fast that we share the same feeling from when we're getting blown out. It's weird, but it's not. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. I needless to say, we're not bandwagons, and even if they accuse us of bandwagons, we got proof to back that up, man. It's all on the internet.
We got a whole YouTube channel to back that up. I got the same accusation though. Like someone to me, like, yeah, da 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 da. Oh, you just wearing that now? Like, bro, what? Yeah. I'd be like this on my phone. You see this? I said, first video 5 years ago. Don't play with me like that. Matter of fact, here's a picture of me as a kid. I'm like 8. Stop playing with me, bro. Yeah. I'm not doing those today. He was like, yeah, do that. Now get out of my face. Don't play with me like that. Play with your what young dog say, don't play with me, play with you, you know what? Play with your bra, okay? Go play with your BITCH. Don't play with me like that. All right. You get your ass out of here. But yeah, it just feels so good being a Washington fan these days, bro. Like, boy, can't tell us nothing. These Cowboy fans went and hiding. They can't talk no trash. I'm looking for them, hunting for them, like I'm hunting for the ops. Like, what's up with y'all, man? What's up with y'all, shorty? 385. What's up with y'all, shorty? Man, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Ain't no leave me alone. No. I'm not letting up. It's like y'all never let up on us. I'm on some old block 63rd. I'm spinning the block every day. I'm looking for you. Cowboy fan. We got that.
I don't know when I'm going to start talking,
Bro,
really
I'm
talking
spinning
trash.
the block on Cowboys and Giants fans for the rest of this. I'm spinning the block every day. I don't want to hear nothing from them. I don't hear no trash talk. Y'all team suck. I don't hear nobody with Dak hurt. Y'all were trash with Dak. Shut up. I want to hear none of it.
I need a ring. If we get a ring, then I can start feeling good. I think that's what I need.
If we win a playoff game, I'm going to talk trash. I don't care what happens.
I don't know. I still feel as though right now that 7-2 is not real.
I predicted Lions Commanders NFC Championship at the beginning of the year.
Man, you predicted Dwayne Haskins, God rest his soul, as MVP.
MVP.
At some point, I love you, bro. I ain't gonna
look. I've already explained myself for that. I was getting trolled by Giants fans so heavy at the time. Daniel Jones this, Daniel Jones that, and I couldn't say nothing. So I had to say something to back myself up at the time. Lord knows I wanted it to happen so bad because they was no one told me about trolls at the time. I was still a year in, barely. Giants fans was giving me the business, man, and I was so pissed off that
Giants fans, your comment section going nuts on you, boy.
Because I don't know, I don't remember how Daniel Jones started his career, but I think it was obviously better than Dwayne Haskins. So they just came onto my page and just
DJ had a nice little rookie season.
They beat Tampa that his rookie year or something.
Yeah, with a game winning rushing touchdown, right? Yeah,
something crazy like that. Hey, Bob, we'll watch out. You need to watch your comments. DC Bay is in here. And I'm gonna tell you one thing: if you follow him on Instagram and everything, he's always like this homeless-looking brother who like yells at the TV. I don't know what it is about him. He loves 7-Eleven hot dogs and glizzies and stuff like that. He's a glizzy king. That's what he calls himself.
So,
that's what he calls. You gotta watch out for DC Bay. He's in the Glizzy Hall of Fame. So you gotta watch out for him. He keeps Ben Chili Bowl in business. They call him half smoke. They call him half smoke.
They call my bag. They call him half smoke up. You half smoke up.
They call him half smoke.
Hey, DC Bay, you half smoke up. You walk up. That's crazy, cool.
All right, I think I'm gonna get out of here, Corey. It was fun. Thank you. Not Corey. Tone. This is Tone's channel. Sorry. I think I'm gonna get out of here, but it was fun. Thanks for having me on. It was a blast, and I'm hoping that we go 15-2, win a Super Bowl. That's what I'm rooting for. And I hope every single week ends in a Hail Mary, so we all lose our voices every single week. That'd be so much more fun. No, I'm just kidding. If it's a 30-point blowout, it's a 30-point blowout. I mean, that's
I'll take those.
Who the heck do we think we are? Like, that's what I kept saying when we were just like, just destroying everybody. With Mariota winning 40-7. Like, who do we think we are? It's crazy. Fun time.
For the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, it's a wild world we're in, but we're here. So appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys later.
Peace.
And please subscribe to the 10 Sports Talk. If you ain't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Road to 7,000. Right?
Yep, we're almost at 61. 6100.
Okay, so get in 6,100 subscribers, hit that subscribe button. Road to 7K for Tim. All right. And
See you,
Tim, have a good one, bro.
See you, Tim.
Tell Jim Bob we all say hello. But yeah, I think we're gonna probably wrap it up, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Actually, no. It's 160 y'all here. I want to have some fun. So you got Corey, you got Juan. I'm gonna ask y'all a couple questions about the team. So besides Jay and Daniels, who's been your favorite commander this year?
Oh gosh. God, who where do I start? I mean, of course, it's gonna be Terry's up in there.
Y'all can comment down below, y'all too. Who's your favorite commander so far?
Oh, Frankie Louvu.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Frankie, I've been liking Frankie, for sure. He been having fun.
He been an animal.
2 claps, Rick Flip. Woo!
Yep. Quan's played. I thought Quan Martin's played well. People hate on him, but I thought he played pretty well. Jeremy Chin is coming on now. Really, Dante Fowler's just come out of nowhere, man.
Oh yeah,
and he's like the lead. He's leading us in sacks. Him and Dorrance Armstrong, like those cats have all come in here. And I mean, it might be the fact that they're hired assassins right now. Some of them on them 1-year contract, not Dorrance, but and not Frankie, but Dante is, he's trying to get paid. I mean, he's over kind of taking Cleveland Farrell, who had them 2 sacks against Tampa early on in the season. They've kind of faded him out. And don't forget, like Cleveland Farrell and Dante Fowler, those were first-round picks too. Noah Igbenogany, he was a first-round pick. I thought he's played well in the spots that he's done. If you put him in the right spot, Mikey Sammer still. Like, there's a lot of dudes on the team, especially defensively, to like. And I love the fact what Joe Witt said. He's like, we don't have 11 starters. We just have 16 guys that just go out there and play fast and physical and create the chaos, man. But it's a lot of It's a lot of players to like on this team, especially defensively. I mean, offensively, the wide receivers have outplayed themselves. When you call on them, Lamade Zaccheaus, I like him. He's had a couple of drops that I thought were questionable, especially against Baltimore. But I've liked Zaccheaus. De'Ami Brown, when they've got him the ball, he's made things happen. The only play that was big that he would already been over his single season high if they didn't have their legal man downfield. He's played well. Zach Ertz, Ben Sinnott, they're all doing things, man. And the offensive line too. Like it's hard to pick like one single solitary person.
Yeah, the whole team.
You can be 3 or 4 of them there. If you want to make it a little easier, you can be 3 or 4.
Bro, I just can't. I'm like,
I love the whole team, bro. I love the whole team.
The whole team.
I love this
outstanding,
team.
man.
I love these cats.
But I think the most underrated though has been Brandon Coleman. He has been incredible.
Yeah,
Brandon Coleman. If he's a real hit in the 3rd round of left tackle, Adam Peters is a highway robbery, man. This man put his shiesty on, just robbed everybody and everything.
And everybody was worried about that too, because they thought we talked about it too, Tone. Remember?
Yeah, we thought he was a guard.
Because I remember Tim was big on. He's like, yeah, he's a guard, and he like, I'm a little afraid about what, this is what we're gonna have going in there. But they just had a plan with it, man. They knew what they wanted out of him. He didn't play in the preseason, and they didn't rush him out of there. That's excellent. That is excellent. That is visionary leadership.
He's the man. So Cole-Luke play a lot more and kind of phase Cole-Luke out. So, all right, now he can start. Now, go out there on the island, go handle Brian Burns. You ain't hear a peep out of Brian Burns all day long.
Who?
Brian, who? Huh?
Did
Zero play today? Did Zero play today?
Yeah, he played zero, like zero.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing.
Gotta give some love to Tyler Biadasz too. Cowboys fans. Or as Jay Gruden calls him, Tyler. What does he call him? Yeah,
badass.
There you go. He's been outstanding. Cowboys fans tried to tell us up and down how he's not this, he's not that, and he's just been absolutely
You
He's just
overpaid
absolutely
for him,
amazing,
all that.
man. As Corey said, as you said, like you really can talk about the whole team if you want, because they've all been outstanding. I mean, you said Dante Fowler 6.5 sacks. You put Montez Sweat and Chase Young stats combined, and that's way more than that. And the Bears paid him $28 million. I ain't gonna poop on Montez Sweat as if I didn't want him here, but come on, man. Mike Sanderson for me has been a guy that I enjoyed the most, and that's why I wanted to say earlier.
Outside Jada.
Everybody, when everybody was on, I wanted to say this. They say St. Juice is going to start, and probably so. But if I was Dan Quinn, Joe Witt, my three is Marshon Lattimore, Mike Sanford still on the outside, and Nick God damn, why's his name?
Noah Igbenogany.
Noah Igbenogany in the slot. That's my starters. Benjamin St. Juice. I feel like what prompted this trade so much, not even just because it's Marshon Lattimore, but they literally gave Juice an opportunity to show if he was cornerback one material, regardless of if they thought that moving into the season. They gave him a fair chance, and I love Juice at times. I think Juice's biggest thing is that he's not. I feel like y'all overhype him getting cooked. He gets cooked. Don't get me wrong. But majority of his plays, he's
like
in
top
position.
5 PBUs. He makes sure.
Majority of his plays where he's got the big play that happens on a Mike Evans Keenan out, he's in position. He panics because he doesn't know how to look and track the football. But if he turns his head on 99% of his plays, he's one of the best cornerbacks in football stat wise. Not saying he is, but just stat wise, he would literally be up there because he's always in position majority of the time. So I feel like he had his opportunity, and I think he needs to go sit down for a couple weeks, or at least play minimum snaps. Have him on a rotation, not solely inactive him like y'all did Emmanuel Forbes or Jamie Davis before moving on from him. Not saying have him in street clothes, but use him as a rotational piece and roll with the guys that's been working. Mike Sanford still on the outside. We drafted him to be a slot guy. I think outside is where he belongs. He's been outstanding. Marshon Lattimore immediately comes in and be the cornerback one, and Noah Igbenogany at this point is our best slot guy, and I would love to have him back on a 1-year deal again next year. So I'm rolling with those three guys. St. Juice could sit down, but I understand and I see why you all think he'll still remain.
And I hop on St. Juice a lot, and I'm like, oh, he's trash. Go get deported. I'll be kidding. I'll be dead serious, y'all. But I do think he does get cooked too much, and it's annoying. But he does make shared plays. And we saw that week 2 game versus Malik Neighbors. He gave Malik Neighbors a tough time when he checked him. Had 4 PBUs, looked good. Obviously, named the trash. But I think it's just at least a week. Sit St. Juice for a week. Because you got to win. And then the next week, try him out there again. If he out there as CB2 getting deep fried and sauteed, whatever you want to call it, then like Corey said, go back to camp.
You said go back to camp. You said something about the port. Now I ain't saying nothing. I didn't say anything about him going back. No, the problem is with him, with St. Juice, it's not that he's not making his fair share of plays. It's the fact that when you need him in big moments, he screws the pooch. He did it against Chicago, right? He did it against Baltimore at times too. And you could say it's hit or miss or whatnot. He did it against New York this past weekend, and I thought that was a bad call. But it's still, he keeps on doing the same stupid shit that just kind of puts us behind the 8 ball, man. That's the thing. That's the thing with Benjamin St. Jude. I don't think he's dumb or anything. I don't think he's garbage, but he just does the same stuff over and over again that puts his team behind the 8 ball and puts him behind the 8 ball. I mean, and he shouldn't be absolved of criticism because of that. He should be criticized for that, because that's like if you take a test, right, and you got 2 questions on the test and you fail and you miss one of the questions, you get a 50%. That's an F. You fail. It's just not how to, and you could have been great. You showed your work on that first question, but that second question, you just screwed it up. That bad. You cost yourself. It's a difference between an A and an F, and that's the same thing with Benjamin St. Juice.
I completely agree with that.
I mean, is it right? No, but that's life.
Right.
Like fair is only is a social construct, and that's especially in the National Football League.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with that. I guess the last thing we can talk about before we get out of here, because this has been fun. What's the one thing that might hold you back from being all in on this season with the Commanders, if anything? If anything.
There's nothing. Cornerback was the only position that made me feel as okay, we may not be ready, but we addressed that. There's not a team in this conference that I'm afraid of playing. There's not a team in this league that I'm afraid of playing. Does that mean I think we're going to win every single game? No. Obviously, a team like Detroit is more talented than us, and they have the playoff experience, so they probably going to edge us at this year. Next year, we double back and beat them. Kansas City, same thing. If we somehow made it to the Super Bowl, Buffalo, anybody on the AFC side, they're better than us talent-wise, but they're not scared to bump with them. NFC, nobody. Not Minnesota. They're coming back to life. Green Bay, inconsistent, depending on Jordan Love's health. Chicago, nothing. The Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, nobody I'm afraid of. That, again, not saying that they can't beat us. We're beatable. But we're no longer looking at teams like the Little Sisters of the Poor, or they're just this much better than us. We bumping with anybody. And I feel like what gave me that confidence was the Ravens game. We lost, yeah, but look at how we lost. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. So after that game moving forward, I'm like, there's nobody I fear, including Kansas City, including Detroit. So there's nothing that's holding me back at this point. I'm all in, and that's crazy to say. I know they always try to make the comparisons to C.J. Stroud and his rookie season last year, and Jaden Daniels has been outstanding this year. But what rookie quarterback have they done this for? Like, granted, Houston had their great season last year, but they did not make a middle season trade to where they see how good their team was. They didn't start the season 7-2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember they were 3-3 at one point. They didn't start the season 7-2. They didn't make an in middle season trade that felt like, oh man, we're one piece away from contributing. Adam Peters saw this team. They saw how good this rookie quarterback is and realized, hey, we're literally one piece away at this point from potentially competing for a Super Bowl, and this is just the start of it. We still have one of the most cap spaces in the NFL. We're now a destination that teams wants to come play for. This is year one, and it feels like it's year three. So, long story short, there's nobody I fear, and I think this team is a Super Bowl contender. Again, not to say we're going to win it, but it wouldn't surprise me if this team is one game away from New Orleans.
Yeah,
I completely agree with that.
Hey, yeah, I gotta head up out of here.
All right, bro.
Gotta check on the little dude, man. Hey, appreciate you, Tone. Juan, always good to see you. Bay, don't choke on them hot dogs tonight. I see you. Appreciate y'all.
But you'll subscribe to the On the Warpath before he goes out of here. Go follow him on Instagram, Sunshine405. On the Warpath, go subscribe to Corey, man. Dope creator. It's my dog.
Appreciate it.
A hell of a father, too. Shout out to bro.
Hey, you too, bro. I'm out.
Peace, Corey.
He had a trophy, he left, huh? Because there's only two of us now. And yeah, I completely agree with Juan here. It's nothing holding me back now, bro. Like, it was cornerback. And I think we don't have a closer at edge rusher, so that kind of worries me a little bit. We don't got a closer that said, all right, look, man, we got to get a sack. We got to send these boys home. We don't got that one guy. But outside of that, I mean, that don't really scare me because I think we can go ahead and nip that in the bud if Dante Fowler keep doing what he doing. Dante Fowler playing like an absolute animal with his head cut off. So nothing holding me back either, man. Shout out to the 125 we still got in the building. Anything else you want to say, Juan, before we wrap this thing on up, brother?
Nah, man. I mean, appreciate you for having me on. Hail to the Washington Commanders, are one of the best teams in the NFL, and it's just year one. Make sure you guys subscribe to Tone, hardworking Commanders YouTuber, man, on that grind, and one of the best content creators in this community, man. Also check out your boy Juan Gotti Talking Sports. I'm on the road to 8,000, so don't be afraid to come over to mine. Juan Gotti Talking Sports on every platform. And yeah, man, thank you for having me as always, Brody.
All right, Brody, man, for sure. I'm not gonna wrap it up personally. I'm gonna let Ron. I'm gonna let Juan rock. Unless Ron want to sit here and answer comments in the comment section. If you want to do that, I know if you probably got a rock. You got a rock. I know Corey had to go. Everyone had to go, but if you got a rock for real. But
man, no, I'm chilling. We can answer a couple questions. I mean, a couple comments.
All right, so let's look at the comment section real quick. Let's go ahead and get some questions out the way. Some of y'all comments. And that's how we're gonna wrap up the stream. Matter of fact, we can get a little freaky diggity with it, man. I'm gonna have some fun with y'all, man. So Philly D, y'all suck. Shut up, man. What's going on, everybody? Man, how you doing, brother? What's going on with you? Hope you're doing well, my brother. It's so hard to get CB1, Jalen Johnson, to Jerry Steve with franchise last year. You have to trade for CB1. We'll have to have a top 5 pick to have a lead prospect. Okay, I agree with that, Gus Bus. Let me see something. Let me see any questions. Mikey kind of said it on his mic'd up. We want to be pushy, physical, and take on lead blockers mentality and enjoy with secondary, put on 20 pounds. And Forbes still just ain't that guy. Yo, the Avengers have assembled. I'm dead. No one to draft Bevan. Marshon, we got a fit, so we did better. Yeah, I agree with that. I remember all the draft picks don't hit well, so I feel that. But draft picks are still a very variable outset, TJ. I will give up some picks for a player that's developed right now. It can help ASAP. Then them after future picks, and hope it can develop the hit. I feel. I want number 1 seed in the NFC. I mean, I would like that too, but you know. My man Ghostface said 14-3 for his prediction. That's interesting. Oh man, we got everybody in this joint. Yeah, we had Lou, Rio. All we missing was Rico and Pedro. That been too lit. You gotta get the rookie cut. Lou, that guy, and Lou, that dude. Lou and Rio, them guys, man. No cap. True. Shout out to the 118 we got in the building. Hell gang. Hey man, TJ, welcome to the channel, man. Hope we hit that subscribe button. You ain't done so. Subscribe to Juan, please.
Yes, sir.
We basically guarantee 11 wins. Sweep Dallas, beat New Orleans, Tennessee, Philly, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta will be the real challenges. I agree with that as well. I think our loss will come from teams that can outscore us. They'll split with Philly and Dallas, and probably one more loss. We're gonna sweep Dallas because even they have Dak. Like Dak gonna be rusty when he come back. Like they're done. Get the obituary. What Lou did on the Super Friends jump? He put the all black on. He said, "Man, matter of fact, I'm gonna reenact it for y'all." So we sitting right here. Dear Lord, thank you for another wonderful day. I ask you to allow the Cowboys to get part of their misery. No more miserable games for them. No more blowouts. Just compete hard and lose, and then searching for a top 5 draft pick. In Jesus' name, pray. Amen. They're done. Get them out of here. Love this. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Pub. I ain't seen you in a while. You mean two claps in the Ric Flair move? Yes, sir. Shout out to Frank Lou. We should. He said, the Eagle fans, so we should have lost to Jacksonville. Jacksonville got that ridiculous fumble TD that wasn't even close to a fumble. Sirianni, I like a dope. We should have won by 20. Yeah, y'all should have won by 20, but you didn't, and we're gonna beat you. So that's all that matters. Lattimore's gonna be great. Only thing we don't have is an offensive true wide receiver 2. That's gonna be a problem. Noah Brown's been really good, but he disappears from time to time. And I think we should get that wide receiver 2 this offseason. I think that's something we should be looking for. I think there's one flaw in the roster. I agree with that. We need a tandem of D-backs, no diddler. Mo, y'all stupid as hell. Thank you. Pickens and the field quarterback worries you. I'm not worried about George Pickens and Russell Wilson, but they've been playing well. You should respect them. Stream's been great. Thank you. What up, Jairus? The fact is 81. Juan and Corey was good.
What's up? What's up?
That's Jairus, by the way. You're not.
Oh, it's not. What's up, Jared?
You guys insult me. How we insult you, gang? We are. Cliff needs to work on red zone play call and questionable calls. Sometimes result in some kick and field. Now, I will say sometimes the calls don't be the best in the red zone, but also he doesn't have a staple in the red zone. When B-Rob don't play, he don't have a staple. Like, for example, the staple earlier in the year was the zone read. They took that away now. So now you got to find a new staple. Kind of similar what Jay Gruden did in 2015. I don't want to keep harping on this, but we had 3 receivers on one side. We had a one-on-one matchup with our best guy against their number 1 corner. We brought him a slant or a fade. Do that. They did that twice on Sunday, and it worked perfectly. Do it more often. Another thing you can do is the zone read. You can bring back the zone read in the red zone if you like with Jaden Daniels as well. You can get creative in the red zone. I'm sure that Cliff will figure out. We still got 100 in the building. Shout out 100 would do that in the building. Will Johnson, and Travis Hunter, dog, they won't fall to us. Yeah, we're not getting no Travis Hunter or no Will Johnson. I'm also cut that out. We're back. It's been a long time. Yes, it's been a long time. How you been, Bless? I suppose what's going on with you? Let's keep going with the comments. Let's just start with cards. Stop it. We're not a Super Bowl contender. We're not there yet. I think we are there because there's 8 teams that can win the ball every year. If you're one of 8 teams, you're a Super Bowl contender. Now, are we going to win a Super Bowl? No, but I think we're right here. We're right there with everyone else. I don't think we're that far off. We're new enemies. Just talking to town. Bears fans want to be our ops so bad. They want to be 63rd to our O block so bad, bro. We O blocking y'all 63rd, bro. Y'all STL. Y'all steady taking losses. Steady taking losses. You Bears suck, nigga. Bears suck, nigga. Stand on that. Goofy ass nigga. And shout out to Great Watubi for both of your super chats. I very appreciate that as well. Man, love from you on that tonight. Appreciate that for sure. I think we can wrap it up here, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta go to work in the morning. So shout out to 98 for y'all for still being here. Hit the subscribe button on One Guy Talking Sports. You haven't done so. Shout out to Juan. We will hope for actually no, we want to speak to this. We will be in New Orleans week 15 for that week 15 matchup with the New Orleans Saints. So y'all want to see a collab vlog, you can go ahead and catch that as well. We're gonna go ahead and have some fun out there. So y'all want to see that? Comment that down below. I will be at Northwest Stadium week 10 versus the Steelers for the home game. So if you want to come holler at me, all the new subs. I'm not no goofy weirdo. Not shy. I'm not one of these weirdos. You can come say hello. You can say what's up. Say what's up, Tech. All that. And welcome to the channel for all y'all new family members. Appreciate y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all have a great evening. Y'all be easy on these streets. Shout out to Juan again. Shout out to Rio, Lou, Tim, and Corey. Appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. We'll catch Juan on the flip side as well. Y'all be easy, gang. Anything else you want to say, Juan? Peace.
Nah, that's all, Brody. You said it. You said everything. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to Protect Hardworking Commanders YouTuber. Check me out. Juan Gotti Talking Sports on the road to 8,000, man. And what a time to be alive. Washington Commanders 7-2. And hopefully we can keep this up, man. You already know what it is.
Let's get it, man. Peace.
Peace.